Ayuk right, they motion McCaffrey, backwards pass to McCaffrey, and he's going to throw downfield wide open. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown! San Francisco! He can run, he can catch,
is on fire!
Christian McCaffrey can throw! Schultz to the other, going to throw out left, intercepted! Diamador Lenore!
Whoa,
Dak
what a
Prescott
play!
just threw him the ball on the outcut going left to CeeDee Lamb. Diamador Lenore comes up with the game's first big play. Here's Prescott back, has time, throws out left, intercepted. Ball got tipped up and taken by Fred Warner. Jimmy Ward tipped the ball, and Fred Warner with the INT. They're going to give it to McCaffrey coming left. McCaffrey, touchdown! San Francisco! He has thrown one, he has caught one, he has run one.
Hey,
Breezy, gritty, this that 9 to
Mo's nose. PG, fair to go. It's about that time, everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's nose, Peachy, Breezy, and fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you 9 to talk. We two gorilla, silverback, nah, silver
You know it's
hoes.
busting the discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mo's nose, and fear to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Line is tall. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall.
Bang, bang, Niner gang, we in the building, baby. Nitty gritty, Niners talk, witty gritty, Niners talk, nitty gritty, Niners talk, nitty gritty, Niners talk. Y'all, we got to turn that into something. That sound like we could get into something like peanut butter jelly time. Mo's, Peachy, we in the building.
Don't get me started. Because I'll just give me the audio. I'll figure out how to put it over a Jersey Club beat, and we'll turn that joint out. Don't do that.
But you, Mose, I need the dance. I need to get smacked silly. Nitty gritty. I didn't mean to say that. My bad. All right. Welcome, Nitty Gritty Niners Talk.
Right.
As you can hear, my voice is gone. But Miss Debbie came in singing, I back to life, back to reality. You hear how gritty I sound right now? My voice is gone. Oh my gosh. Yes, Miss Debbie. Blessings to everyone joining today. BBs, remember to hit that like, y'all. Yo, this is one of them traveling days. Y'all know I try to do the Wayne Breezy show Mondays and Fridays, which I may switch to Wednesdays and Fridays because that today was so I thought I was gonna get home on time, and the way American Airlines was set up, they decided to say not today, Wayne, because you had a good trip over there, down there where we just sent you, even though that was JetBlue. Shout out to JetBlue. But American Airlines was like, nah, son, that's not how we usually do it. So we're going to delay you for a little while. So I was delayed for a few hours.
Yeah.
And then for those that don't live up north on the East Coast, when you get on that I-95, it don't matter what time of the day, what time at night. But when you get on that I-95, there's traffic. And yeah, so I'm just getting in. Had to do Bleacher Report. I forgot about it, but don't tell them. And then it was Nitty Gritty Niners.
Yeah. So apparently quite a few people had delays on all the airlines.
Aha.
So I think it's because we're going to roll into Thanksgiving, which I'm going to have to say like a bunch of Hail Marys and prayers and everything for you next week because you're going to be going to Seattle.
I didn't even know Thanksgiving was next week, y'all. I'm thinking I got like 2 weeks off. I got a bye week. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to be able to chill. There's no recouping. But listen, I'm loving what the Niners are doing. You know why? Because they're back to winning, Peachy and Mose. And not only did they win this game, they made a statement in this game, and they put the league on notice, which is something that the San Francisco 49ers do after their bye. Kyle Shanahan now has a winning record. He was 3-3 after the bye week with his tenure here with the San Francisco 49ers. He is now 4-3, and I like that trending up. I don't know if you guys want to take victory shots, but I will take a sip of this Macallan 12. Just a sip. It's going to burn. I know. I can feel it. But if you guys want to take a victory shot, get y'all victory shots, pour it out. We'll take a quick victory shot, and we'll get that going. But Peachy, how was your day? Mose, how was your day? I always want to start there.
Yeah, it was manic for me. Started about 1:00 nonstop. So meetings, we have so many new machines that they're doing in the plant right now, and with that comes all the management and their management and our stockholders that we have for our company are located overseas. So then they came in, so it was just really crazy. And then they want to have like last minute meetings, and I wanted to smack my boss, like I'm not even kidding, because he knows. And he's probably watching, because I told him that he better watch because he made me late. I had to. He knows that I do nitty gritty at 7, so he knows that I at least need to be home at least 15 minutes before 7, if not, way earlier than that, right? So he gonna come over there and be like, "Hey, please, I just need like a favor. I'm like, I have the show. What show? Don't act like you don't know." Like you know what show this is. He goes, "Oh no, I forgot all this stuff." And I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I said, hopefully I'll make it, get it done, get it straight. Cause I did not want to miss this one. So I was like looking at him like, you're just doing this because you just don't like my team. And we had, so much fun. So it's like, no, it's not that. It's just that I have so many things going through my head. Like I literally forgot and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So anyway,
Two things.
I made it.
Hold on. One thing, get a big calendar, right? Just for him in his office, and put Mondays. I'm out at this time. Second thing, if anybody out there is hiring, please hook my sister Peachy up with a job, because she just got fired. She just said that she's going to smack her boss. Now, I don't know how that's going to work, but please, if you can hook her up, especially this holiday season, if you can hook her up for a job, please do it for your boy Breezy, because I don't think she's going to be working there in the morning. But we'll find out. I'm sure tomorrow we'll find out what's good. Okay, Peachy, please continue. My bad.
No, I was just saying, so like I said, like the whole entire plant knows about this show now and everything, and they know. So they were like watching my face, and they knew how irritated I was getting, and they're like, hey, how about if we just do this part of the meeting and then we continue the rest of it? That way you can get home. And then, of course, there was a train, because, of course, when I'm running late, there's a train. So that's actually what slowed me down more than anything, was a train.
Oh, my gosh. I don't know how we are always connected. You had no idea. I'm about to say this.
What?
Because you just said there was a train. I swear to God, I was having bad dreams about trains, and where we stayed, and where was I just at? In Florida, there was a train. I swear it went by my window every single night, and I could not sleep. I'm running off of zero sleep because of a train. Now, I thought I watched a movie and had a train in it, so every time I went to sleep, I thought it was the same movie playing at the same damn time. But no, it was a real train that I thought was going to come through the room. Shout out to John Chapman on the Airbnb. But there was a train that kept me up. And then you mentioned the train. So I just wanted to draw that correlation. I don't do trains.
Whoa. All right. But here's why I love this show. Because I just got yelled at for being late for picking my wife up from the train.
Oh, for real? So we're just like, that's just how we are, man. We're always
come back now
with each other.
Yeah, you can come back now.
That is funny.
She went to Rhode Island for an art exhibit with her cousin, They came back yesterday, and instead of me going up to New Brunswick to pick her up, she was like, "I'll just jump on the train." So I'm trying to leave my mom's house because my mom was watching the kids this weekend, and we're getting ready to go. And of course, my son decides right before we leave to take a dump. So I'm like, "Max, hurry up. We got to go get your mom." So we was late getting her from the train. And apparently, when she was at the train, when she got off the train, it was two dudes that approached her. Was like, "How you doing, beautiful? You need help with your bags?" So she was upset. Now, I was only like 2 or 3 minutes late, but I just got yelled at because I was late picking her up from the train. So we all got these train stories, and that's why I love this show.
Because she got accosted because of the few minutes that you were late. That's why. She goes, "I didn't need this aggravation. Like, got off this train. I don't need nobody hitting on me." Like,
Yo, we crazy.
And that's what it was. Dealing with craziness when you're already
Can we not
tired.
talk about trains for at least 2 weeks?
Let's not talk about it for the rest of the season.
I know it's just not even. Yeah, let's just.
That works. All right, I'm going to take. I knew, Kylie. I was waiting for y'all. I could tell y'all on a delay because I was waiting for it, and I didn't mean it in that way whatsoever. But I was having.
You never mean it in the way that it's taken. It just sounds like you meant it that way.
I'm trying to figure out how could I have said that any differently. And if anybody in the chat wants to put in the chat how I could have made that statement better, yes, please. I'm all ears, but I'm going to go ahead and take a quick sip and hope this helps my sore throat. All right, here we go. All right, to the 49ers, who are first place in the NFC West. Please drink responsibly and don't do this at home. Kids, I hope you're not watching. This is Kool-Aid. All right. Yeah. Are you guys ready? To the 49ers, here we go. Nice victory. Salute. I said a sip. You can't sip.
Yo, this gold bar is so smooth.
Well, that McCollin is
crazy.
Dry. All right, listen, we're not gonna be here that long because people got things to do. You guys, we didn't do the overreaction show last night. When I tell you I was tired, and we didn't have no harm no foul today, so we did an exclusive no harm no foul last night. Mike is traveling now with his beautiful daughter Zara, and we want to make sure that he gets home safely. And I'm sure he gonna go on as soon as he get home because Mike will go live at any given time, any given moment. He don't care.
Because they also ran into some delays, which
that's what happened, right?
Sucked.
He was supposed to have been home,
yes.
Right? Mm-hmm.
So it's everybody. It's happening on any airline or whatever because it's the holiday season, and I didn't realize that till I looked at some stuff, and I'm like, yeah. Because Thanksgiving's next weekend, and it's actually the holiday season is going on right now at the airports, and that's what's going on with everything.
So
and a lot of it is because since I work in education, most of the students are done their semester.
Yes.
Some of
true.
There may be a few that have like final exams, but for the most part, most of them are done for the fall semester. So. We got a lot of college kids that are traveling back home, for the winter break and for Thanksgiving and things like that. So some schools are still going, but some schools do end early. So
can I say this? Breezy's gonna get mad as heck, but you know what? I don't even care. The love that I am receiving in this chat about my Buckeye brothers.
First of all, don't nobody give two flying fucks about the Buckeyes.
Amazing.
They only care that they're 49ers. People don't give a shit that they went to the Ohio State. They don't even know what Ohio State is. The only people that know who Ohio State is you and Kylie and maybe Mike, because he ain't watched one part of your game. I'm calling the brother out because I've been doing it. He ain't watched one bit of that game. Maybe John V. I'm trying to think of some of your other Ohio State brothers. At the end of the day, don't F that Buckeye crap. Because when I sit there and say go blue, y'all come at me like I can't root for guys that go to Michigan. Y'all want to hang and X them off the team. But y'all can root because Peachy's players went to Ohio State. Nah, fuck all that. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to keep it even. If y'all can't root for the Michigan boys, shout out to Ronnie Bell with the third down catch.
Yes,
it's about
that was
damn time they
amazing.
throwing the ball. I'm sorry, Peachy. Go ahead and get your shine back. I just wanted to go ahead and
Shout
take
out
that
to
away
Ambry
from
Thomas for that
I
strip in the
mean,
red zone.
Mose,
I
I
didn't
didn't
wanna
even
get to-
have
I-
a chance
I
because
wasn't gonna
you
get
know,
to-
it just
No,
yak,
because
yak.
I'm tired of hearing
I'm on the
about
Buckeyes.
Ohio State.
just trying-
Ohio
Hey,
State.
but-
Shout out to Peachy. Ohio
Wait,
State.
Wait. Can I just be the voice of reason?
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for Ohio State and Michigan, we wouldn't have won that game. Shout
There
out to
you
both
go,
of y'all.
Mose. Because I was actually about to give kudos to Ambry Thomas, which a lot of people, I see them backsliding. It's like, it's crazy. They're just doing that thing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this right here.
You said backslide, and I thought I
Big
immediately
time.
thought church. I'm so
Oh, yeah.
church. I-
I mean, just
You did the motion.
Sinners. Back, all the way back. Yes, they are sliding back, even sliding back so far. Because I have receipts. Because as Breezy knows, I'm the queen of social media.
Receipts.
I do know how to find stuff. The fact that people are saying,
That's a
I always
fact.
knew that all the 49ers need to do was just give Ambry a chance.
I better not see
I'm
one of those on my
already-
timeline.
I'm
Don't you-
already pulling receipts. I'm already pulling them. I got them ready. Like, you got to be out your mind. You literally were like mad because he was even on the 53. So stop. Because the same people, and I'm not talking about no people, I'm talking about people, because I don't care. But shout out to Ambry because, man, that dude right there almost had a pick six. I need my tambourine. Tambourine.
Hold up.
I don't have my tambourine. I know Breezy got a tambourine. Got tambourine.
Y'all don't know about Joe. I don't know.
You know Breezy got a tambourine.
Yeah, we came to praise the Lord. Do you understand? Listen, the 40. Listen, I don't even know how to start, and I forgot to do a poll question.
Robbie. I love it, Rob.
Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, look. I don't even know where y'all want to start. The offense was too legit to quit. The defense was knocking cats off, knocking cats out. Mistakes were made. They overcame the mistakes.
Yes.
You ever shout for 30 seconds, you be out of breath. You got
I'm telling you, it really
That's a workout.
the whole thing was so special.
It was beautiful.
Special teams, offense, defense, which is when the 49ers are at their best. Colin Cowherd said it best today. When we are healthy, we're unbeatable. Like when you have everybody out there, and now with the addition of Chase Young. So, I mean, pick your poison on who you're going to double. Who's that going to be? Because if you double him, then Bosa's going to get loose. If you double Bosa, then Hargrave's going to get loose. You cannot double everyone. There's not enough, as Jacksonville saw. And like I was saying on the post-game show with Breezy yesterday, Jacksonville was a very, very good team. They are a very good team.
And please don't anybody take that
and
from
shout,
me. Please.
shout out to Colin, because I said it yesterday and Colin said it this morning. They are a very good team. They were a top AFC team, as a matter of fact.
Hold up. I agree, but their quarterback was trash. And I kept saying their quarterback was trash. And Sunshine has always been trash. And I have him in fantasy football, and he's proven that he's been trash week in and week out. Now, they've been able to win, but it ain't been because of him. It's because they've been able to dump that ball to ATN.
That's
It's because
right.
that defense has been giving them the ball.
Yes.
But when Richard Sherman goes on social media and he
Right.
says that their quarterback, in lack of words, is trash, like you said, Peachy, when the Niners are healthy, it's almost hard to beat this team. Like the Niners, shout out to Colin for saying that, right? Shout out. But this is what I've been saying. I've been saying
We
if
have
the
been.
Niners stop beating them damn selves,
Right.
they will win every freaking game.
Right, exactly. Yep, and every single game
they
that we
find
lost,
a way
we beat
to
ourselves.
lose. They find a way to lose. They do a dumb penalty. They don't like. They just do little silly things, and next thing you know, they're finding themselves trying to dig themselves out of a hole. The Niners, when they don't dig a hole, they are dominant, and even when they make mistakes, they're able to overcome that. It's crazy. If the Niners stop playing dig a hole football, they're going to be tough to beat. And you're right. They did beat a great team. I wasn't taking away from your statement. I just never, ever in my life believed in Sunshine, unless it was Sunshine from Remember the Titans. He would be better than Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. It just was really crazy because it's like I was so hyped yesterday during the post game when I was like, ETN, who's that? And then Breezy was like, who are the Jaguars? Who are they supposed to be? But what Colin was saying, was true. He's like, when you can always tell when you have like a better team versus a good team or like a great team that you have. And he said again on his show today that when healthy, the 49ers are the best team in the National Football League. Anybody who wants to go against that needs to look at what happened to Baltimore yesterday. Even as much as we heralded Baltimore and we put Baltimore way up there and all this stuff and was even debating on our NFL show where we were talking about that Baltimore should be number 1 and not the Chiefs and that kind of stuff. But if you do look around the league, Colin's right. I'm not saying that because I'm a diehard faithful. I'm telling you that because top to bottom, if you look at this team when healthy and you put us up against anyone, nope. It's just not there. It's not. The one thing that he said about Philly, which was really interesting to me, was he said that Philly just wears you down. He said he doesn't think that Philly can wear this 49ers team down. You know why? Because of the addition of Chase Young. Because of everyone being healthy at the same time. And I just am so...
It's always been that. I don't see any, what's the word? Like, it's always been health. The Niners' issues have always been health. We can say it's play calling, it's blah, blah. Yeah, due to health. Like, we're missing this person. We got to do this play call. It's always been health. Whether you're missing a key offensive piece, whether you're missing your quarterback, whether you're missing a key pass rusher in year 2, it's always health. And you can say that for any team, but adding Chase Young to this squad, I thought healthy without Chase Young, they would have been a problem until we started to see how offenses were counterattacking the pass rush, which meant we needed to go out and add another premier pass rush. So if this team can figure out a way to stay healthy, it's going to be tough. And listen, I like Philly. Philly is going to play the long game. But if you're built to sustain the long game, did you see the way that the 49ers, Mose, this is for you. This is for you, Mose. This is just for you. Peachy and I will not talk. We shutting up. Mose, did you see how the defense rotated in and out? I saw NASCAR packages. I saw 5-man fronts. Mose, take my breath away. Tell me what you saw defensively.
To be perfectly honest with you, there were moments in that game where I was upset that we were rotating because Chase Young and Nick Bosa, they were playing so well together. Like, why would you take them off the field? And there were moments when they were off the field where the offense had a little bit more freedom to do what they wanted to do what they were able to do, right? So while I understand that that's a strength of the team, again, and this is me being nitpicky, like, because it was working so well yesterday, don't take those guys off the field, but I understand you want to keep them healthy. You want to keep them fresh because you want to be able to provide that same amount of pressure at the end of the fourth quarter as you did in the beginning of the first quarter. So seeing the rotation, and because the pass rush was so effective from our top 2 guys, when Cleveland Farrell and Randy Gregory were in the game, sorry, that's my 2-year-old. I don't know what she's doing. Hey, keep it there.
Her voice better than mine. She got it. She hitting them notes.
It's okay, baby. Just keep it down, all right?
Whoa. How you going to yell at her? and then hit her. It's
'Cause she
okay,
said-
baby.
No,
It's
because
okay, baby.
she said, I'm sorry.
Oh.
She said it again. I'm sorry.
And then he gonna
she's-
soften up. It's okay,
she's
baby.
two.
No, Mose, keep that same energy, Mose. Keep the same energy, bro. Like this defense. Don't get taken off the field.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, seeing those guys, seeing that rotation, seeing how effective, the different packages were, it just makes me excited as Chase Young gets more acclimated, as we start to build momentum for later on in the season.
Yes.
It's going to be so exciting to see what this team is able to do. And if we can get to a point where we have 4 or 5 guys in double-digit sacks just because the pressure is just nonstop and relentless, that's only going to, allow us to continue to dismantle teams like we did Jacksonville yesterday.
I love it. Let's read these super chat contributions we have in here. Chilling in the queue. Delvin Thomas, Foghorn on its way. Bam! Touching down. True score was 41-3. I told every Jaguar fan, good night. That was around me in the stadium when we took one all the way to the house. The refs took it back. Y'all want to spend some time on this? Because this was when before we actually got the juice touchdown. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the Ambry Thomas. And I know a lot of people don't like Ambry Thomas. I just feel like I think the issue that I see with Ambry is he's learning and trying to play at the same time. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like they want me to play off man, but but I'm so used to playing press man. We saw a lot of press man in this game too, by the way. They want me to play off man, but I'm used to playing press man, and then who's covering, who's got my back, who's doing this, how do I communicate this? And I think that's what you see. So when Ambry gets beat on the double move, I'd rather Ambry Thomas, be honest with you, play press man and get a penalty, like opposed to getting beat on a double move. That's just me. I live with the penalty on that. But you saw Ambry play like not over the top and zone. It was still enough to where they could catch the ball, but he was there to make the tackle. And on this particular play, he not only did he wrap, he forced the ball out. Not only did he do that, he picked the ball up. Not only did he do that, he ran the ball in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Take me away. You guys saw it on live TV. We couldn't really see what the hell happened on the field, but why did it get called back?
It got called back because of Huff.
Huff.
No,
Okay.
no, it wasn't because of Huff. It got called back, and we had a great win. We won 34-3. Why is there anything that you're complaining about, Mose? Because in some aspects, we are still an undisciplined football team. It got called back because we had 6 guys running off the sideline onto the field. So on the live TV portion, you see an angle where we've got players from our sideline actually on the field of play. And because the play is live, because Ambry strips it, the ball's on the ground, he picks it up, no one from the offense of the Jaguars touches him. Now, they said on a TV broadcast, they were saying, oh, well, Huff touched him and Huff was out of bounds.
Yeah, because
but that
he's out of
has
bounds,
nothing to do with the play because
Gotcha.
Huff is his own teammate. And Huff didn't touch the football. Huff just touched Ambry.
That's
Right.
what I
Ambry has
thought.
to
That's
be
what I
touched
saw.
down.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that
Ambry
it was
has
Huff.
to be touched down by an opposing player.
Right.
So it wasn't the fact that he was touched by Huff. It was the fact that during the run back, if you see on the replay, we have guys who are on the bench helmet off, but they're on the field of play.
There it goes.
So now
That explains it.
that becomes interference because it is a live play. Now you have extra guys on the field who could potentially interfere with a play being made. So if somebody's trying to tackle Ambry and one of the Jaguars run into those guys who's supposed to be on the sideline and he can't make the play, well, then that's interference. That's an unfair advantage. That's why it got called back.
Oh.
So I know
Okay.
players on the defense are so excited, and every time we get a turnover, everybody want to run into the end zone and do the
I
team
got
picture
you,
thing.
Mose. I
But
got
we
you.
need to be more disciplined.
Because
Ambry in that moment,
that was
he
his
did
moment.
everything Right.
He did everything right.
He was where he was needed to be. He wrapped up. He stripped the ball. He realized that the ball was still in play. He picked it up. He realized, wait, nobody from them touched me. I don't hear a whistle. I'm going. And it got called back because we were undisciplined and couldn't stay our asses on the sideline. And again, when you talk about that, you talk about some of the penalties that we had. You know, for a team that is of our stature, I do hold us to a higher standard.
Agreed.
And I would just like us to be a little bit more disciplined when it comes to things like that, because like Delvin said, it should be 41-3, right? What if that happened in a close game? What if we're down 3 and that fumble 6 completely changes the tides, right? What if the game is tied and that fumble 6 again completely changes the momentum of the game? Well, now we don't get that 6 points. We don't get to change the momentum with a big splash play because we are undisciplined. I think we need to just be a little bit more disciplined.
And I agree with that. And now it makes sense because Kyle Shanahan, you blaming the players. No, you got to blame the coach because he was on the field too. So at the end of the day, like, and his thing was they thought that the play was dead. Like a lot of them thought the play was dead. And it could have been like, you know, when Ambry got the ball, he thought he was touched. But because he didn't hear the whistle, he got up and ran. So in that moment, it's probably when the players ran on the field because everybody thought the play was over. And then when they saw him run, they tried to flinch back like it didn't happen, like a neutral zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what happened. But can we stay on the discipline for a little bit? And I hope that thank you for the super chat. Let's talk about discipline. 7 penalties, 90 yards. Like at the end of the day, it's no penalties. There are teams that get no penalties. 1 penalty, 2 penalties. Start there. Like they have to lessen these penalties because if they for the 49ers, they happen at the worst opportune times and they can make or break a game. In this particular game, the Niners were on cruise control. I mean, by the third quarter, the fans was gone. Like, and I know for a fact because I was able to get me a hot dog and a water in 20 seconds. Like they were gone.
Pulling starters.
No lines. You can go pee 4 times in 10 minutes. Like literally, they were gone. So
that stadium looked empty.
It was empty.
They're really empty.
And so what I'm saying is, discipline is. You know, I made a tweet a little bit earlier, and I said there are 3 areas that I still think the Niners got to get better on. And number 1, it's the mistakes, the penalties, like being disciplined. Like, I don't know if we're so anxious, in the words of Genuine, where they just, you know, they'll live with some things and some things, but it's silly penalties. The Trent Williams penalty, I get why it happened. I wish it didn't happen. Right. I could live with certain penalties, but the ones that give you either automatic first downs, it's non-negotiable, or the ones that put your offense down. So a false start, it happens, but a hold on first down,
DPI.
The Niners were 4 for. There was an OPI, Peach. They literally called the push off on Brandon Ayuk in this game.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was one of the worst calls I've seen all season.
They all were the worst calls, Mose. Even the defensive hold on Mooney Ward was terrible. None of them made sense. I didn't think it was a hold. I just finished looking at it. There was another one that shouldn't have been a penalty either. That might have been a DPI that they called later.
That roughing the passer call was also BS.
I didn't think that was BS because you saw the helmets collide. I thought the call was because of the way the quarterback landed, but in the replay, I saw their helmets touch, their face masks. And when they face masks touch, they automatically gonna call it. If their face masks didn't touch Peachy though, I was gonna fight. Literally, because Nick Bosa, that was the greatest sack of all time. Let me tell you why. Awesome. He sacked him, brought him down, and let the quarterback land on him.
Yep.
Ain't no weight getting pushed on him.
Yep.
But because their helmets touched at the beginning of the joint, had to be the reason why they called the roughing the passer. But that was it. And Big Papa says it was a bunch of crap too. But if you go back and watch the face mask. They hit. I think that's why they called it. I thought they were calling it for the way I explained it.
Speaking of non-calls, the two that happened with McCaffrey were just crazy.
What was the other? What was the other non-call?
He got that face mask. He got one to look almost like a horse collar or something like that. That was a non-call.
I thought Brock Purdy had a horse collar.
Oh, it might have been Purdy. I think that you might be right, but they had a non-call that was on Brock as well. So
they said the reason why they didn't call that, or the reason why it might not have been called those, because Brock was trying to escape the pocket, and when he got out the pocket, for some reason they don't call it. They didn't call that as a horse collar, which I don't understand, because you call it on running backs.
It should still be a horse collar, yeah.
But he's not. For some reason, I don't know. It was definitely a horse collar, but that's why they didn't call it, because he was trying. I think it was because he was trying to escape the pocket, like he was trying to get out of the pocket or something like that. And for some reason they didn't. That's why the rule didn't apply. Whereas if he was a runner and running, like, you know, and he got horse collar, they would have called it. But because it was so close to being like not out the pocket and then out the pocket, was he a runner? Was he not a runner? For some reason, they didn't call it. I think they only call it on runners, right? I don't think they call it.
Because I thought anybody could get horse collar.
Anybody can get horse collar.
Yeah,
anybody can get it. It's the motion of how they're. All right, if Brock Purdy took off running and he got pulled down in the back, it would have been a horse collar. But because they couldn't determine if Brock was running, was he getting sacked at the same time, I think that's why they didn't call it. That's why, because he was kind of trying to dodge pressure, like opposed to like just being a runner, which would have determined the horse collar rule. I think that's the rule. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's why
you're right, because like the horse collar is like when you grab and you yank them
and you yank back. Yes.
So if he was like trying to contort his body to get away, and as they were trying to grab him, they might have grabbed it, but that wasn't the reason why he went down. Then that's probably why they didn't call it.
I didn't like it. I thought they should have called it.
It was just a bad non-call.
I definitely would have taken it.
I would have taken it, but I'm telling you why. NFL rule base, why it probably wasn't called. So that's it. We don't have to agree with it, but that's what it is. But look, the Niners again. I thought they didn't play flawlessly. Like they didn't have a flawless game, because we're going over some of the things. And if you want to talk about another weakness, let's talk about the 7 missed tackles, because we still missing tackles.
Yes, exactly.
And I feel, and then we'll get to the good, right? The 7 missed tackles on defense. Luckily, they didn't cost the 49ers anything. What's going on, Fernando?
Yeah. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. But Diamador Lenore had 3 of them, and you saw them, right? So, you know what I realized? That the 49ers don't have a great slot nickelback, excuse me. Like, no one is good in the nickelback position. And I'm not faulting Diamador Lenore. You know how hard it is to go from a lockdown outside corner, Peachy, and then be asked right on demand, yo, you're going to cover the inside guy now. Like, your whole brain pattern and techniques have to change. And I feel like he struggled there, but I felt like anybody that they put there this year has been struggling, because the 49ers can't find consistency there. And I feel like if other teams come out with these 3 wide receiver sets, they're going to continue to pick on whoever is in the nickel spot. Now, Isaiah Oliver did get a few snaps there yesterday, but Diamador Lenore was the starting nickelback, which I loved. It's just they picked on him all game long, and there was a couple of plays where he just whiffed on tackles trying to get the hit stick. That's what I like to call it from Madden. These guys got to wrap and tackle. Fred Warner missed 2 tackles. You saw him kind of just like fly off guys or whatever like that. The first one I thought was great coverage. I wish he would have made the tackle, but he kind of looked like he was right there to get that ball. He went for the ball, missed the ball. They count that as a missed tackle. So Fred had a couple of missed tackles. But the Niners got to be better tackling, Peachy. Why do the Niners got to be better at tackling, Peachy? Why do you think they do?
The 49ers got to be better at tackling, because what you don't want is you don't want an offense, especially like the running backs, like you don't want them to be able to advance the ball, because we had a couple of like the one that ETN did get off. was because of a missed tackle.
Yeah.
Like we were on him, and then it just like slid off, like he had like oil or something on him or whatever. And I'm like, what?
Oh, but you know what, Peachy?
happened there?
It's funny you said that. He is a slithery running back.
Yeah, definitely is.
Seriously, like he
Yeah.
doesn't have. I don't consider him elusive. That's Christian McCaffrey,
Right.
but he's slithery. Like he kind of like he doesn't have the same start and go. Actually, he does. He reminds me of Le'Veon Bell. Not as
Yes.
as good with the start go. He had one
Right.
run in this play where the Niners made him change his direction, and he still got 3 yards. It should have been a 4-yard loss, and he got 3 yards
Right.
out of it because of that stop, step, cut ability.
Yeah.
So he's a nice back, but we held his ass to 35 yards on 9 carries, man. You're right. He had that one long, though.
Yeah.
He had that one long.
Yeah, that one long one.
He had that one long one. And the Niners, look, they didn't give up, too many long runs. It was just that one to Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
That one explosive play on the ground.
Yes.
I thought
And then
the defense,
The
I'm telling you, the
explosive
defense was
play
fine.
from Christian Kirk.
Explosive play from Christian Kirk. We had the 39-yard play.
Yes.
Yeah. A couple explosive plays, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Christian Kirk led the team, 6 receptions, 104 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He did his thing, but he had a fumble too. So
He did. Yeah.
But I told you he was the guy. That was the guy. You take
Yeah.
out the big play guy in Calvin Ridley.
Exactly.
You stop
and
the
kudos
run.
to the 49ers
Straight
for
up
doing
kudos,
that.
right? Yeah. Defense,
Yes. Because Ridley was non-existent yesterday.
non-existent.
Yep.
Let's
I
flip
do
the
think
grid.
we need to focus on stopping these screens. Now I know
So-
that's what a lot of teams are going to go after because of our pass rush. We get up the field so fast they try to counter pass rush with the screen game. That's where I think our linebackers need to be a little bit more better, need to be a little bit more alert because Dearness Johnson, he had 2 good screens that he caught in this game. Now eventually we were able to shut that down and get that stopped.
Correct.
But he was able to at least get 2 off. So I feel like, we always need to be alert for it so we don't get hit with it at the wrong time for a really, really big play later on in the season.
So check this out, right? So as I'm going through the film, and I'm saying to myself, why are we struggling on screens all of a sudden, right? I figured it out. They're taking Dre Greenlaw out and putting him in coverage. So Dre Greenlaw is covering like another wide receiver, like down the field. And by the time he's down the field and he reacts on the screen, he's covering the zone like down the field. By the time he gets there, it's 5-on-1, bro. Like, and you're right. That the Niners got to figure it out because they're taking. Listen, and here's what I mean. Dre Greenlaw, 10 attempts. He had to defend 10 pass attempts in this game. My linebacker had to defend 10 passes in this game. Now, shout out to Greenlaw. 5 for 10? That ain't bad. 50%? I'll take it. Linebacker? How many times you saw him on a receiver, though? Like, and that is the issue. They're getting him. They're taking him out. Not saying that he's the best weapon, but he might be the best weapon on defense. Like, just like Debo, in my opinion, is the best weapon on offense. He's the Debo to the defense. They're taking him out so he can't play as physical. And they got to figure that out. Like, and I think it's unfortunate. And this is where, like, not having, like, Azeez Al-Shaair and then now having Oren Burks, that's where it changes. You know what I'm saying? And so it's unfortunate. And I think when you get to all 22, because you'll have it, when you get it, you're going to start to say, dang, yo, they game planning for Greenlaw. He's got, so Holland's going to have to figure that out because with these screens,
Right.
we can't go for that. That's ridiculous.
No.
It's ridiculous. They got to find a way to stop these screens. Overall, if we were to grade the defense, what would you give the defensive grade? Let me just give you these numbers. All right. 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles on the defense, 16 total pressures from the defense in this game. We blitzed in this game. Ain't nobody complained about one blitz today. That was funny. Blitz on the first play, nobody complained about it. I love it. I love us, yo. We so bipolar, it's not even funny.
I have to get the defense an A. I don't like some of the penalties. Listen, Mooney Ward, he's slowly starting to get on my bad side. But if you're going to play
great PBU,
press man,
great
PBU.
He did on Christian Kirk, because that was a touchdown.
So, you live with the good and bad when you play press man. If it's going to allow our edge rushers to get up the field and throw off the timing, that's why we got some of the interceptions that we got. But to have 5 sacks, to force 4 turnovers, to hold this team who came in smoking hot to 3 points, 0 points in the second half.
That's right.
This has got to be an A.
I remember doing an exercise. I think it was with Mike, because Mike, the only person that just got to go against the way the water flows, right? So Mike was like, I went through the scores. It was like 41. Jacksonville put up a lot of these points, but then I was comparing them to the defenses that they were going against. And I was just like, Mike, yo, this defense, though, I know it looked weird over the past 3 weeks. The pressures were still there. They just weren't getting sacks, and the quarterbacks was getting the ball out of their hands ridiculously quick. They just played the second quickest release quarterback in the NFL in 2023, and Trevor Lawrence, and he was holding the ball for 3 seconds. Like he couldn't get the ball out because the pressure was super, like, it was in his face. It was to the sides of him. He couldn't step to the side of the pocket. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's why the Niners had to go ahead and beef up that defensive front. And then you rotate these guys in there. I think most, to your defense, Chase is still new, and he didn't even start. But I guarantee you next week he'll be starting. And so you're going to see maybe rotation, but it won't be Chase rotating. Now, Chase will be out there from the jump just to give the Tampa Bay Bucks a little another look. And I like it because 2 Ohio State boys going after Baker Mayfield. Sign me up. Baker.
You know, Baker Mayfield was because I had seen on Twitter where they were talking about, as a possibility that he might not be able to go.
Don't you say that, Peachy.
And
Don't
then
you
they
say
came
that.
back, but then they came back and said that it looks like he's going to be cleared to go. Baker goes, I didn't tell you to tell him about that. Woo,
like
we got both of those monsters after him. That's going to be...
Peachy, where did you grade the defense in this game? The defensive performance in this game? 3 points.
A. You definitely have to give him an A.
Yeah, I mean, defense was lights out.
They were flying around, and you're right, Trevor Lawrence. It was really funny, Breezy, because I was watching him and I was thinking about your 5 keys and all the stuff that you've been saying over the last week or so on No Harm, No Foul and the Wayne Breezy Show, like everything about, how fast he gets the ball out and all this stuff and has whatever. This dude was scared. Like, this big old dude was scared. Like, he could not do, like, he just had nowhere to go. Like, he just couldn't do anything.
Look, this is why I'm crediting the defense. First possession. First defensive possession, which is their first series. They force a 3 and out. Here's I know it by heart. You ready? Here we go. First play. Fred Warner, it wasn't even a blitz. It was a quarterback spy. Go back and watch the play again. He was lined up on the edge because the way that they had the linebackers shifted, we were in nickel. And so Fred Warner was the guy that was going to take the tight end, but they thought we were playing man. We were in zone. Fred let Ingram go right by him. His eyes was spying on mother freaking Trevor Lawrence the whole time. Here's what I love about it the most. The trust in Fred Warner to let his guys have his back and zone. You want to know why we've been struggling? Fred been trying to play everything. Yeah. Now he trusted it. I don't know what thank goodness he trusted it because he was able to force that pressure. First play, incomplete pass, forced him out of the pocket. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, They get a 5-yard pass, but the pressure was there. They showed a 5-man front, and man, he got rocked. But he was able to get the ball out, 5-yard gain in number 15. Third play, the Niners had another look back to the 4-man front, back to a 4-man front on that third down. All of a sudden, I saw one-on-ones. They were beating their one-on-ones. You know who they doubled on that sack, bro? Eric Armstead. You know who got the sack?
Armstead.
Eric Armstead. I'm gonna have to give him $5 for them t-shirts, man.
They were mowing through them. It was beautiful.
Peachy, they doubled him. And the way their offensive line works, so he was doubled first. So they had one offensive lineman rotating. So their guard hit him first, tried to take him off his trajectory. Because the pressure was still pressuring, it forced Lawrence to go a certain way. Armstead was able to slip the double, rotate back around. Then that lineman ended up doubling the other edge, which was Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa had Evan Ingram on him. So then they chipped Bosa to keep him out of the play. You got this guy coming from Cleveland, Farrell coming down from one side, and then here comes Armstead. Armstead gets the sack. Farrell lands on top of it. That's what I call the International House of Pancakes. That was dope. That was a sack for that behind. Nice. And I love to see my man Eric Armstead go out there and get it done. Defense, I give it A as well. Let's flip it to the offensive side.
Set the tone early.
Definitely. Let's flip it to the offensive side. And let's just talk about how the offense was in a rhythm. Oh,
yes.
Now, I got to ask this. How nervous were you guys on that touchdown throw to Brandon Ayuk? Because I'm going to keep it a buck. I wasn't nervous at all.
I wasn't
nervous because I couldn't see it.
So how did it look on TV?
You see Purdy roll out, but you can't see the end zone piece. So the camera angle is focused on Purdy. So you see him roll out, and then he kind of squares his shoulders and kind of throws a semi-crossbody. And I'm like, he's done this before. So if he sees something, he sees it. But at that point, I wasn't nervous. I just know, all right, where we are, it's a 50-50. It's either going to get intercepted. It's either going to get intercepted. In the end zone. It's either going to get intercepted for a touchback.
I had 33.
Pass.
That's the other
33.
33. Yeah, 33.
Yeah. It's either going to be intercepted for a touchback, incomplete pass, or a touchdown. And thankfully, we were on the touchdown end of it. But he's done it before.
Right, Cheryl.
I know if he saw something, if he saw something that he was going to throw it. Now, when you see it from the other angle, it looks a lot more convoluted than what I thought it was because Kittle was in the area. So, like, you brought your guy over there. I'm like, oh, man. But somehow he was able to get the ball to Ayuk, and a defender, I guess he just glitched out or whatever, didn't make a play on the ball, and we got a touchdown. So, yeah, I wasn't nervous. I just knew, like, it's either going to be picked off, incomplete, or a touchdown.
Listen, I just trust Brock. The confidence in the kid, I can't explain it. I can't explain the type of confidence he has. At the end of the day, he just has that dog mentality. And a lot of people, what they call that, the Brett Favre play, like, you know, he's not a gunslinger, but at the end of the day, like, you know who he trusted? Brandon Ayuk. I'm sorry. I like to see my quarterback trust his wide receiver. I'm throwing it to you. You just got to catch it. Okay, all right, cool. I got you. Right? And so, like, that was the trust. Now, like you said, the area was super convoluted. It was traffic jam 95. We can bring it back to I-95. It was traffic. It was 2 defenders and 2 receivers. And, I'm like, kiddo, don't tip it. Let's just let it go over your head. Like, right? And, but we've seen it before. Remember the Kittle, Ray McLeod? Remember that? We've seen it before. Like, I don't know why they messed up on the route, but it was a broken down play. So it wasn't like one guy was supposed to be in one spot. They were trying to make a play for their quarterback, and Brock was telling him, I'm throwing it to you. And so, look, you like to see it, and you live with the results at the end of the day. If it didn't result in a touchdown, at least the 49ers showed that they can drive down the field on that defense, which is a top
Yeah.
defense in the league, which they've
That's
been
right.
struggling against top defenses. It looked like the offense was back. So I was okay with it. Let's talk about, that was the first touchdown of the game. Let's break down some of these other joints. Peachy, you give me your favorite touchdown other than that joint. Mose, you give me your fave, and I probably got one more because there was 4 of them joints. We just null and voided one.
Came out of the half.
Oh, George Kittle.
Came out
I knew
of
it.
the
Sorry,
half.
Mose. Sorry, Mose.
That was
She took it.
man, let me tell you, like 49ers normally when they come out of the half, you know, for some reason we've been being like a little stagnant. And even in games that we've won.
Okay, I like this one, Peachy. I like this one.
Even in games that we won, to just watch the whole entire thing, and he just threw it right in the bucket to Kittle, and that was so amazing. Like I was like, "What just happened?"
I liked it.
It was so good. I don't think Kyle liked the walk by Kittle, but
I don't care. I thought he was gonna get the flag. I thought
did.
I thought that flag was about to get thrown out.
I liked the step. I liked the walk. I liked all of it. I thought it was great.
Here's why he didn't get the flag. He didn't point.
Right. And
Had
he
he
didn't look at
pointed-
nobody either.
Oh my gosh, what game did I watch? And the quarterback ran it. Josh Allen. It was Buffalo
Yes.
Bills. And he pointed that he was about to score. I think it was
Buffalo
Josh
was
Allen.
irate.
Right.
They are mad.
But
about that.
here's what I like the most about the play you just picked. Brock Purdy got captain
Yeah.
crunched.
He
Like
did.
last second. Bro, you just be at the spot because the ball is coming.
Yo.
It's I'm gonna get it there.
I was more worried about this one than I was the one that I used.
The Brandon Ayuk.
But see, I wasn't.
Because with the Kittle one, you see him pump it,
Yeah.
and then he's about to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
He has no room to step into the throw.
That was all arm, bro.
It was
Yeah, it was.
all arm.
It was all arm.
And it had arm. It hung up in the air for a
Yeah.
little bit. And then when I saw the end zone version of it, I swore they were going to call Kittle for the one arm push off, but they didn't call it. He kind of did push off with the one arm. He did extend that arm. I thought they were going to call it, but they didn't.
Wait a minute. You know what that play was? That was the same play in the Super Bowl when Kittle
That's
pushed
right.
off.
Yes.
We
And
scored
they
the touchdown,
called it.
and they called
That's
it.
right.
It was the same play, same throw, different quarterback.
Yeah,
You're absolutely
that's
right.
a good point. So I had seen on Twitter because I
Rockefeller,
was
y'all.
paying attention to it like on that on TV, of course. I was so excited about it, but I was actually more confident with this one because it was Kittle. Where it came down, I was like, Kittle's gonna get this one, but that was awesome. But I saw on Twitter where Kyle like knew that Kittle was gonna catch that, and he was literally running down the sideline. With,
I'm
like
watching
he
it right
knew.
now. I'm
He
watching
knew
it
it.
right now. Kyle is watching it, and
Yep.
as soon as Kittle catches it, he just turns and walks off. He
Yeah.
does the Steph Curry. He turns, walks away,
Like
and
he-
does the fist pump like this because he
Yo,
knew.
that was my favorite
knew.
part, yo.
He knew that he had called a great play, and that to me was like the energy, like it just energized everything and let me know that we was good. Like it wasn't gonna be none of that,
Yeah, peachy.
well, we're
Yep.
doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
could just tell the defense was hyped, the offense was hyped, all the coordinators, like everyone was hyped. They were just so happy. Everything was just working. So, but like I said, Kittle don't really miss too many of them like that. So I was more confident whenever it was Kittle. I was like, oh, he got this.
Listen, 3 receptions on 4 targets for
It was
116 yards. I'll take it. Like, and at the end of the day, like, you know, my man Brandon says he extended his arm more in the bowl. I wasn't talking about the extension of the arm. I'm talking about the play. Like the play
Right.
was the same play.
Yeah, it
Like,
was. It
but
was the same. Yeah.
The crazy part B is that it was still a push. like
Right.
like
It was.
One of them was called a penalty, and one of them
one
was
Right,
the
what
same
I'm
thing.
wanting.
But the funniest part was when he caught the pass, I just felt like he brushed the dude off like a flea. And he looked at him and then he ran and he realized nobody was near him and
Right.
he high stepped and then he was like, wait a minute, I could
he
just
did
walk
the step
in.
and then he walked in.
Like
Kyle
it was the if you smell what the Rock is cooking walk into the end zone. No, it was a wrestling walk. It wasn't a regular walk. That was a good one, Peachy. Let's flip the script, Mose. Give me another touchdown. We got 2 more. I'm curious to see which one you're gonna pick. But Peachy set it off with that George Kittle. That opened up the scoreboard for the 49ers for sure.
Hold on, let me do something real quick.
No problem.
We put these in the chat. Okay. I need everybody to follow my lead. Did it show up? Why it's not showing up over here?
Did you put it in your chat?
It takes a minute. There
it is. Boom, there it is. I need everybody to follow my lead.
So be giving
drop
flowers?
Those flowers in the chat.
All right, so there's flower emojis. Hold on. Let me find them.
And we're gonna give flowers to our brother Wayne Breezy.
For what?
Because he's been telling y'all this for 3-4 weeks now.
Oh, here we go.
I know where this is coming.
Samuel is the heart and soul.
I'm not messing with you.
He is the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
He is the Duracell battery pack. He is the Tesla supercharger.
You know way too much about Teslas, bro. But that's what's up. I can't even find a flower emoji. Oh no, here it is.
He has and Mose. I don't know whether you watched the No Harm No Foul special last night that was on, but Mike.
Oh, he was in the chat.
Like gave Breeze like his flowers like last night about Debo.
Listen.
Yeah, listen, I did a show with Mike that's coming out soon on Nothing But Niners, and then I'll post it on my channel as well. But I gave my flowers there too, because and now everybody else is talking about it. You hear Pat McAfee, and I swear Pat McAfee probably be watching our shows. Pat McAfee is talking about Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel leading the team out of the tunnel, and what that does for this team, how it galvanizes his team, how it adds energy. And his numbers may not have been gaudy, but just the fact that he was on the field and is capable of taking it to the crib every single time he touches the ball.
Yep.
And of course, Kyle draws up this play action end around where Deebo comes all the way from the right side, back left. And Deebo said that he was like, I was so surprised. He was like, I turned the corner. I saw no blue nowhere. He said, all I saw was white. And I was like, there ain't no way I'm not punching this in the end zone with all of this white that's in front of me. And it was that touchdown, that helped us put more points on the board, help us extend our lead. And at that point, it just showed our dominance of what we were doing on offense, that no matter what we ran, they had no answer for it. And because we didn't have to go to him earlier, that was like the knockout punch.
Ooh.
That was like, damn, now they getting Deebo involved on this end around. We kind of have a feeling, we kind of know it's coming, and they couldn't block it. Deebo goes into the end zone basically untouched. Great play design, great call at that moment in the game. Good to see Deebo healthy, back to his old ways, putting the ball in the paint.
Don't bother me. This is it. And if you guys watch football, especially Kyle Shanahan football is different than football. So you can't watch football. Now, you can watch his disciples. They're going to do some of the same stuff. But if you know Kyle Shanahan football, the key to his offense is motion. Motion determines if these guys are going to play man, they're going to play zone, and it's trying to confuse the defense every single play. And when you got Ray McCloud going in motion, well, I mean, they might not fear what's about to happen to him. But when you got Deebo Samuel going in motion, listen, they call him Deebo because he got mind control over these defenses. That's the whole point. So because of the fear that he pumps into the defense, rewatch the game. You don't got to watch all 22. Rewatch the game. When Deebo goes into motion, watch the defense start second guessing what they have to do. Watch their feet change. Just watch. That's how important Deebo is. Now, Trent Williams is the mother freaking man, because even on that play, I'm sorry, I would have ran away from Trent Williams too. I mean, 31 made a business decision, bro. Let's just keep it a buck.
It's just
Alberto,
fantastic because they killing that dude on all networks for that.
Listen, let me tell you, would have ran Peachy.
Of course.
Mose, you probably would have tripped him with your foot. But I'm telling you right now.
I would have took the penalty, bro.
You would have took the penalty.
I took the penalty.
Not me.
Tripping. Mose knows.
15 yards.
Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down. Yeah,
not me. I would have been like, you know what I would have did? I would have been like, high five. That's what I would have did. That's Trent Williams, Hall of Famer. Or I would have been in awe, like, right? Like that's what I would have did. And so like I'm sorry, like 31. I mean, you live to fight another day. I would have took the Pops method. Listen.
All right.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day. To fight another day. You got to put the fingers up. Look, and like Trent, you know, on 70%, 80%, whatever the percentage was, him being there is just important, right? Because you know Trent is just gonna hold it down. He's gonna hold it down. Where's Mariah? Mariah, can you find me a Trent Williams card? I'll tell you, I'll pay for it. I just want a Trent Williams card in the 49ers. I don't have one. I want one because I want to see if I can get it signed or something like that. I love Trent Williams and what he does. There's certain people when they come to the 49ers, like it's not infatuation, it's real love. Like like Richard Sherman. I don't know why I hated his guts. But the moment he became a 49er,
but as soon as he came over here, it was like,
yo, it's like, yeah, man, I love you, Unc. I love you. I was one calling him Unc, even though I'm 15 years older than him. But nah, seriously, look, man, Trent Williams definitely balled out. Didn't grade well, but he didn't care. He said he thought he played decent, but you know, them penalties, man, they'll kill you. Michael says he got one for us, so I'm curious to see what he got. Is he throwing up it got one for you? No, for you.
Oh, for you, Trent Williams card.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot I even asked. That's my brain. Yo, when you get 42, let me tell you something.
Is tired.
Listen, when you turn 42, this is what's gonna happen. Your brain changes, and everything on your body hurts. The knees, toe knuckles, kneecaps, ashy elbows.
He said the toe knuckles.
Listen, everything hurts, bro. Like when I sleep, it hurts. All right, no, seriously, man. I gotta go with Juice Check, right? And so let's talk about the Juice Check because I love me some juice, and I don't know how many times everybody on this panel, on this show, in this community, everybody. I don't know how many times y'all been saying, can we please get Juice the ball? Can we please? I realize why they don't. I understand why they don't. Juice is not just a utility knife. He's probably the best blocking back on the 49ers. He's literally a tight end blocker, a run blocker, a pass blocker, pass protector. Like he has to do all of that before he's used. And so in this game, on a play, that all they had to do was put Christian McCaffrey right there, and it would have been a touchdown, man.
Oh God, it's so. Oh wow.
Yeah. People were saying Juice should have caught it and went down at the one.
Nah,
man. Let Juice get his shine. Juice don't get that many opportunities to score touchdowns. And I'm sure Christian wouldn't have said, man, you could have let me get that. Christian was so happy and so unselfish to say, listen, I had my run. I tied it at 17.
Yeah.
You know, at least coach tried to get it, you know, at the end of the fourth quarter, tried to get me in the end zone. But yeah, people saying that Juice should have went down and let Christian score. Nah, man, you take those opportunities because you know we've seen guys go down with season-ending injuries. I mean,
season-ending injuries,
Juice. But you know, at any moment anything could happen. So you know, get yours when it's on the table and there for you to get.
Right. So I do have one. Okay. So nope. I have two things I want to say. The first thing that I want to say is I think that the 49ers just should have done like we've been doing and just go ahead and let CMC get his touchdown out of the way. Kyle should have set it up so he could have got his touchdown a lot earlier anyway. That's why I think that he should have, because he kept doing that, and he got his touchdowns pretty early. He normally is one of the first people to get one. So
I know, but the last 3 games we lost when we did that.
Yeah, and I think even the first 5 games, we made it so obvious that we were going to CMC. It was like it started to become a pattern. Like,
right,
I feel like it was maybe almost hindering Kyle's play calling and his opening script because
because
it
he was
seemed like it was so dedicated to get CMC in the end zone. Where this game, because we were on a skid, he was like, let's get the ball, let's put it in the box however we can, whatever's available we'll take, and then let's just keep doing it that way. So, and then as the game progressed, you got the one to Ayuk, you got the one to Kittle, you got the Debo end around, you got the one to Juice. It's like, we put up enough where,
I just want them to spread the ball around. Yeah, it shouldn't matter who scores as long as the offense is fluid. I much rather see CMC get explosive runs, and if he get the touchdowns, he get the touchdowns.
Yeah.
You don't want things to feel like they're being forced, because they were trying to force it like toward the end. I will say that if Brock Purdy would have remained in the game, that was a touchdown. That ball was behind him.
Definitely.
I'm going to need Sam Darnold to be 1% better when he comes in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Right, exactly.
One job. You get it to CMC. One job.
Yes.
Just one job.
The next thing I gotta say is, look, I know I'm gonna have a bunch of people that are gonna be mad, and I'm finna turn this. Is finna take a dark turn here. I'm done with the Mitchell experiment. Like,
curious to know why.
Because it's like every time that Kyle will try to put him out there, but he doesn't really advance and do anything.
First play of the game, wide receiver missed the block. Look,
y'all see this.
You can say y'all see nothing. I'm telling you what you're saying you're done, and everybody can agree with you. I'm not saying I'm done, because I think at some point you need these plethora of backs, and he's still a great pass protecting back, right? So that to me is probably the only reason why we're seeing him. Now that's number one, and he could catch out of the backfield really well. But on his first run, he got 3 yards on it on his first run, but he still had a person in the backfield right at the beginning of the snap. So somebody up front on his runs, on the type of runs they're asking him to do, because you got to think the Niners are trying to stretch the field. So is he getting the outside runs, and they're leaving? What I mean by somebody in the backfield, no one blocked the edge. The edge was just right there. Like, oh, run play, he contained it. That's what we want Chase Young to do. And so, like, that right there immediately triggered him. But I will say in this game, this was his best game. 8 carries for 23 yards. I know it's only 3 yards a carry, but he had no negative yards in this game. So he's trending upwards. Now, the question is, why are we not seeing Jordan Mitchell? And I don't think any of us have that answer. I don't think any of us can answer that question. And that is the puzzle piece that we can't figure out, right? And so I think that's where you're going to with this. I don't know. But for some reason, Kyle is trying to. You got to remember, Elijah Mitchell didn't have a preseason. He didn't have training camp. And so it took Nick Bosa forever to get back into sacks. You got to give Elijah Mitchell some time to get back into the rhythm of running the ball again. He missed it due to injury. Bosa missed it due to not being in camp. Like, things happen. He hasn't turned the ball over. That's good. But as far as him being what he used to be, those days might just be over. And we have no idea what the hell Kyle Shanahan is doing. All I care about is Christian McCaffrey being a guy, and I trust the rest of the guys to do what they're doing when their number is called. Like, Jordan Mason didn't come into the end of the game, and he's not even accounted for a snap because they just downed the ball. I thought that sucked.
Yep.
Let's get to these super chats so we can get up out of here. Offensive grade, though. I want to say I thought Brock Purdy played relatively well in this game. 19 for 26, 296 yards, 11.4 per average, 3 touchdowns, had the long to George Kittle. He was sacked only 2 times, and 0 turnovers, 148.9 rating. Godly. I thought he was balling. Did he miss some throws? Yes. Did he miss some reads? Yes. But overall, I thought he played well. What are your thoughts on Brock Purdy? And then let's give your offensive grade overall.
I mean, Brock played how, we saw him play the first 5 weeks. And if Brock can play like this,
Yep.
If he can get out of his head, if he can get out of, making the mistakes, or if he can make a mistake and then, erase that mistake and just get back into his rhythm and his flow. If he plays like this, we can be in every game. We score more than 17 points and our defense plays like this, we have a chance to be in and win every game.
Yeah.
So I think Brock played well. Offensively, we played well, although Christian McCaffrey didn't get a touchdown. He had 95 yards on the ground, averaging 5.9, added 6 catches for 47 yards. Kittle with a touchdown, Ayuk with a touchdown, Debo with a touchdown, Juice with a touchdown, no turnovers. Again,
Right.
A for this offense. They play well.
Ooh, Mose with the A. Peachy.
I will give the offense a B plus. There were some missed throws that were kind of, it got interesting there for a minute. But you cannot take away from the way that Brock played with like reckless abandon, even stuff that Kyle's not even, too comfortable with. He was just out there just, kind of slinging it around, getting it to his receivers, getting it where it needed to go. So I'll have to give the offense a B plus. I felt like that I would have given it an A if I had seen more like versatility with the run game. I still just don't understand like what is Mason, like is Mason in the doghouse, like what's going on. That's what I didn't like. I figured that it could have made it a lot easier for the offense, even more easier than it was. It could have made it even more easier with, McCaffrey able to be spelled by like Mason or something like that out there. But, it is what it is.
All right. The offensive, they did rush for well over 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
They did their thing. They did their thing. McCaffrey only had 16 carries, so that was under 20. Didn't think he was overutilized much in the game, but you want more versatility. I don't think you'll ever get it with this with this team because of the intricate things that these backs have to be able to do when it comes to pass protection. And I just think, can Jordan Mason run? Absolutely. Can he block? Nope.
Yeah,
just can't.
Another thing that I noticed, and I was watching the pressers today, and Kyle actually mentioned it. He was talking about, how he would have loved to have capitalized on more of those turnovers that the defense was giving us, to put points on the board. That is another reason why for the B plus, because we should have,
penalties happen, and next thing you know,
exactly,
first and 20,
and we're backed up, right.
You know, it happens, but they definitely gotta. I'm going A-. I thought the offense was fluid. I thought the rhythm was really great. I thought it was a great balance between pass and run, and that's all I asked for from the San Francisco 49ers: fluidity. If I feel like there's an area that they need to work on, they still struggle on third down. 33%, 4 for 12, not a good number for me. Get that up to 50%. Get that up to higher. They need to be able to convert on third downs. Again, some of those third downs though were depicted on those penalties, which gave them third and like longs, and even on those third and longs, I just felt like the play calling. We ran 3 pass plays on 3rd and 20. Like you could have, none of them were screens. You could have ran it on the first down and blah blah blah. Even on the play, the OPI with Brandon Ayuk, and then on the next play you're gonna try to pass it again. Now it's 2nd and long. You could have ran it for 3 or 4 yards if you're getting 3 or 4 yards to carry. Make the second down throw a little bit more feasible to get. Now you get half of that, and now you're on a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 5. Like I just feel like those things got to be better. That's play calling opposed to being execution. But at the end of the day, I thought the offense was a well-oiled machine. They put up 34 points on a top 5 defense in the NFL, one of the hottest teams in the AFC. They scored 34 points. Yeah, they're in the A range for me. So A- for me for the offense, A for the defense, A- for the offense for me. Let's get to the Super Chat contributions, and then we'll get up out of here because I know Mo's got to get out of here. And Peachy, it's time to get some rest. Everybody's tired. I get it. Everybody's tired. Say less. All right, let's go ahead and let's save Miss Debbie's for last because I want to see what you guys thought about that. I think that's super important to discuss. I talked about it on Bleacher Report today. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out the Bleacher Report joint, we'll put the link somewhere on Facebook, on Twitter. You can check it out. The replay of the show was really cool. Red Jet Shell is in the building. We got a Super Chat contribution. She says, Lenore, get the damn belt. I think she's frustrated at Deommodore Lenoir. Do you think he had the worst game as a defensive player? Curious to know what you guys think. He was great at the worst. Just to put that out there. It doesn't mean anything. It's always context.
I don't think he had that bad of a game. I mean, it wasn't his best game, but I don't think it was his worst.
Okay. I agree.
And he's been moved. They moved him inside to play nickel when he's been playing outside on the boundary all year. So, he had the 2 weeks, but 2 weeks with the bye week, that's not active competition going up against another team good on good. So if that's where he's going to be playing more because that's what the defense is calling for, if we're going to see more Ambry Thomas on the boundary because of his press abilities and we'll see Demo on the inside, we got to get him some time to get acclimated because on the outside, he was finding his groove on the outside. I don't like that. I don't like them messing up the groove that he had on the outside and the confidence that he was building there. But if they're asking him to do this because it's in the best interest of the team and the defense, then let's give him, a couple games to really get acclimated and kind of build back up to that groove and that confidence that he found on the outside.
Yeah, if I was to fully agree with her, he still got to tackle. I don't if you give up make the tackle. You can't just arm tackle a wide receiver and think that's going to be. These wide receivers are built. This in today's age, man, they're not skinny and slinky like they used to be. These dudes got some muscles. They got some muscles,
and they do. Fred Warner said something that was interesting. In his it wasn't in his presser. It was in the locker room celebration speech. He brought up something, and somebody, I know Breezy did, and I know there was other time may have been on No Harm, No Foul where they were talking about saying that were the 49ers jumping ahead to the next game, just looking at games instead of looking at the game. And I did notice where Fred Warner did say, now it's time to just focus on the one, on the next game. And that's what we're going to do from now on out is we're going to focus on the next game. I thought that was huge because it just let me know that some of the mental, things that I think we were dealing with was 49ers were kind of looking ahead. Just trying to see, stuff like that. And so I think Fred is trying to center this whole entire team now. The coaches on down, everybody. It was look, it's just one game at a time. It's 1-0, just like I used to say all the time, it's just 1-0. You just go through this game and then whatever. So I think that this team just needed that moment, to just realize what they were doing. That he got so happy, that he got so smelling themselves, just like they basically were saying that. And it was really cool to have Fred to just bring that out and actually say that in the celebration thing. Because it's really cool. What this team needs to do is just focus on the next team who we have. And once you get past that, then you focus on the next team. And that's how you wind up doing that and getting to the place where you want to be, which is, holding that Lombardi. So.
All right. Red and Gold Blood, thank you so much for the Super Chat contribution. More takeaways than points allowed. A++. Plus. Jax Knox, 14-3. We winning out. Period. My last bet. All right.
All
More
right.
losses for the San Francisco 49ers team from Jax Knox, 17-0. All right, here we go. James Jefferson says he's what the church say. He's an anointed passer. Like not pastor, but pastor. Like I like that. Talking about Brock
Nice.
Purdy. That was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. We got a couple more. Delvin Thomas, thank you for the super chat contribution. Yo, this was electrifying. Because I got it recorded and I didn't post it because he ain't score. I was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
But everybody was chanting CMC.
I wasn't home too.
CMC. CMC. And he got so close.
Right there.
I'm telling
Like
you,
you said, Breezy, if it had been Purdy, he would have got the touchdown. But it was Sam.
Kyle, man. Like, why you just didn't put Purdy in one more again? Like,
Right.
one more try.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. And we couldn't. We got Sean, and we're gonna end this with Miss Debbie. Sean with the super chat contribution says, Breezy, told you on the skid, Debo is still the chess piece that unlocks this thing. Okay. Mitchell is washed. Probably. Ayuk is the only one that has taken over a game. CMC, D, and Kiddo have. Even Juwan has clutched. Juwan is a good wide receiver. When it comes to what I'm learning from Juwan on film, when it comes to his blocking schemes and the run game on the line, and he be missing, yo. These are some of the reasons why Elijah Mitchell can't get off. Pause. And so, like, I don't know why he's struggling there, but if you just line him up in the daggone slot, that would be dope. Like, you know, that would be dope. He would feast. I think he would feast in the slot. My opinion. But
what is so crazy? Okay, so Josh Allen has thrown his second INT. So RIP to anyone who
the
has
first
it.
one was a fumble.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, got you. I was just reading what was in the chat. It's crazy how these teams that are supposed to be like the top teams in the National Football League are just struggling. Like a lot of them are struggling. So any team can have like a bad game, or they can struggle. They can have points and stretches where they struggle. And it happens. And I think that the 49ers are past that. I think that we learned our lesson. And I think that we have a renewed energy, that we have renewed strength now. And I think that we're just going to go forward and finish the season out hot. I think we're going to go into the playoffs hot. And hopefully, you know, knock on something healthy. As Colin said, you know, it's best to be healthy. But the fact that he considers the 49ers, you know, still like the top team in the NFL was really cool to see that when healthy. When we look like we did yesterday, it's just going to be hard to beat us. So.
And let's close this out with the one and only, the
Yes.
lovely, the birthday girl. It's Corey's birthday too. We gotta sing happy birthday to Corey Lindsay. Thoughts from each of you on Wilkes being on the sidelines rather than the booth. I'll go last. So go Peachy, we'll go Mose.
Okay. I'm going to be brief because everybody knows that I've been going at this for a minute. It was very inspirational to see him down on the sidelines with those players. The footage that I saw with him revving up the players, you know, doing what he had to do and everything, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a good idea to just do that because when you are doing, like, nothing was going right for us and you just had to shake it up and try something new. You just had to try it and see what happened. It really seemed like that this defense just played more cohesive in everything. And Wilkes is down, like when these guys come off the field, you know, he's just, you know, like revving them up. Like, I didn't even know he had all those emotions. Like, I didn't realize he had all those. But he was yelling, he was talking to the guys and everything. And I just loved every minute of it.
Mose?
Yeah, man, I think it's good for Steve Wilkes. You know, I don't want to speak for him, but I would assume that he would eventually want to, you know, be a head coach again. I feel like he got a raw deal in his first head coaching job with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think they set him up for success. And they blamed him and they used him as a scapegoat to move to Cliff Kingsbury, who was worse than he was. So I would assume he wants to be a coach again. And I think this is probably the next step. Get him out in the booth, get him back on the sidelines, see what a game is like from field level. He may not be the same rah-rah type of guy that we saw with Saleh and D'Amico Ryans, but him having that one-on-one communication, him going from the booth, having to pick up the phone and call down to the sideline or relay the message to a position coach isn't the same as him being able to talk to Nick Bosa, talk to Chase Young, talk to Fred Warner, talk to Talanoa Hufanga, Ambry Thomas, Diamador Lenore. That face-to-face, instant communication about what he saw, what they saw, and then going to the iPad to see if they saw the same thing or if they saw two different things and making that correction on the fly. I think we saw what it could possibly be, and it's only going to get better, as the season goes on. So I'm excited, for him to be on the sidelines.
Personally, I really didn't think it mattered, but if y'all saying it mattered, cool. But at the end of the day, these players are big boys, and they got to go out there and play football. And a coach ain't going to make me want to execute. Now, I do like the fact that they can have that one-on-one interaction. That's cool, fine, and dandy. I like the fact that you guys got a chance to see Steve Wilkes look emotional. I'm hoping it was genuine. I'm glad. My whole thing is he has that connection with the secondary because I think that's the only thing that he needs to really focus on. I think that's why he was even brought in here to be the defensive coordinator because the Niners need to figure out how to make their secondary better. And as long as Steve Wilkes is here, they'll continue to get those pieces. Shout out to Jair Brown, who has some snaps on the defense too in this game as well. He actually got in and played safety for Gip. I think Gip came out for a play or two or whatever, but it was cool to see the rookie get out there and get some snaps. I wonder if it was because of that relationship he might have with his defensive coordinator, him being down there on the field and can kind of like say stuff. But at the end of the day, I really just don't think it should matter. I think the players got to put their big boy pants on and go out there and execute and make plays. Like, he's not going to make these players tackle. He's not going to make these players do certain things. So shout out to Wilkes for just saying, yo, I'll take it. You want me down there? I'll do it. Kudos to him. But Steve Wilkes has been calling his ass off all season long. He made one mistake, and everybody wanted to throw him under the grave for an all-out blitz that almost worked. And then now he has to make these changes because the defense wasn't doing their thing. If this is the reason that it's saving the defense, cool. I really believe the reason why is Chase Young. But that's a whole nother conversation. But I am happy that Steve Wilkes is willing to do whatever it takes for this team to be successful. So I'll give him kudos points for that. We got one more super chat from Sean. Josh Allen sucks. There. Doubt he ever wins the Super Bowl. End of discussion. Bang. All right. Josh Allen sucks. You heard it right here on Nitty Gritty Niners. Guys, the link of the Bleacher Report is inside the chat. If you're not on the Bleacher Report, go ahead and click that link. Join the app. It has a bunch of sports stuff. It'll keep you updated. And plus, I go live. I talk Niners. I talk Celtics on there periodically. Check it out. You'll love it. I promise you. Guys, we'll be back next Monday. Nitty Gritty Niners Talk. We got the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming into town. I like it because they're Brady-less, and we beat that ass. And now they're coming in here with Baker Mayfield. And I will say this. I like the simple fact that you got two, I don't like saying this, the Ohio State Buckeyes that's going to want to feast on Baker Mayfield. I can't wait. That's must-see TV. Is this game, like, nationally televised, or do we... Not, like, prime time, but, like, is it going to get the 4 o'clock slot? Do we know? As of yet? Probably not, right? Ain't that some bullcrap? That's some bullcrap. It's going to
depend on... Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Schedule NFL Week 11.
It's at 4:05.
It might.
I do know Joe Buck.
It's the only 4. It's the only 4 o'clock game on Fox.
And I do know Joe Buck and Daryl Johnston will be calling it because I was talking to one of the camera people from Fox and my TSA line today saying that they were going to get the call to do this game. Miss Debbie says it shouldn't matter, Wayne, but I think it does. Cool.
I think that to me, I think it boosted the secondary because I didn't see him
might have
talking
boosted
too
the whole
much
damn
to the line, but I saw him like a lot
Mooney
of video
Ward,
with him talking
Ambry
to
Thomas.
yeah,
those guys.
the secondary. So
yeah. So yeah, like and you're right, you know, so like it could matter. And you know, everybody coaches different. Like everybody has their own philosophy of coaching, and you know, sometimes you're gonna buy into it. Instead of Steve Wilkes trying to get the guys to buy into his way, he took one for the team and said, you know what, maybe my way doesn't work. I'll buy into your way. And maybe that's what the players need. Here's what I learned. Different generation, different type of players, mentality.
yeah,
This generation needs to be coddled a little bit more. It is what it is. And so maybe Steve Wilkes is saying, hey, I'll take it. I'll come down there. And hopefully we'll keep this trend going up. But I really think the reason why the defense is doing what it's doing is because he no longer has to worry about his front. Now he doesn't have to scheme up all these crazy blitzes, and he can let his front do what they do, and he can exactly focus on that secondary. Yeah. Congratulations, Fair. He says, what's up? Update on my team. We won the state. Yay! Let's go.
And not only did they win the state chip and their first game at regionals, regional championship is this upcoming weekend. We win. We go to nationals. Wish my young guys luck. Fair, man. We miss you, man. You haven't been with us most of this season. You popped in here or there. But we know you're doing really, really good work coaching up those young men, not only as football players, but as young men. What you're doing is commendable, man. Good luck to you, the rest of the coaching staff, your team. We are rooting for you guys. We are cheering for you from afar. Bring home that chip. Bring home that regional chip. And let's take it to nationals and let's show them what them Patriots is all about, man. Congratulations and good luck.
We are so proud of Fair.
Guys, it's been a real one, guys. We'll see you guys back next Monday. We love y'all, man. Make sure if you're if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. All right. Make sure your alerts are set to all on and all that good stuff. Tons of shows coming out. All right, this week. Weekly schedule. I can't wait to do Madden this week. We should beat them by like 55 points. I'm excited. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be home. We're going to watch the game at home. It's going to be really cool. Buccaneers coming into town, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all stay tuned, man. We love y'all. Keep it nitty gritty always. Until the next time, baby. Peace. Hey.
Breezy,
Mo's Nose. Season 3, Peachy. It's about that time. Everybody turn your TVs on. The Mo's Nose, Peachy, Breezy, and Fair to God. They keep it nitty gritty when they bring you 9 to talk. We two gorilla silverback, nah, silver.
You know it's busting good discussion cause we get it in. Every time you know we grinding, I was 8 to 10. We always play to win. The faithful going hard. It's Wayne, Breezy, Peachy, Mo's Nose, and Fair to God. Let's get it.
Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. We outline players up in chalk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Don't like it, better take a walk. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall. Nitty gritty, this the line is tall.